So we woke up at the crack of dawn and headed to the airport to take off for Singapore. Unfortunately, we went to Kuala Lumpur International Airport instead of going to Kuala Lumpur International Airport 2. We don't know if it's another terminal or another airport, but we're taking a train over and hoping we make our flight on time. We'll see.
We made it to the gate. It was a little close, and we're about to board for Singapore.
What's a flight without a little bit of drama?
True dat.
So fun fact, in Singapore, it's illegal to chew gum. So Ella and I are getting our gum chewing in now on the flight before we step off the plane and become criminals. So many ships in the water. We were told it was illegal to chew gum in Singapore. Is that true?
It is.
Why?
But normally, okay, very simple. It all comes from those minority who chew gums and then stick onto the bus seat, cinema seat, everything.
Yeah.
So in the end, the government have no choice but to ban it.
Gotcha. I'm a school teacher,
Yeah.
and my students chew gum in class. I think I should take after the Singapore government and start outlawing it, because they do stick it under their desks.
Oh,
It's
that's
pretty
very
gross.
bad.
This is the harbor.
There is no harbor in Singapore. We have is Tanah Merah. That's near Changi Airport, whereby cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
Cruise ship. There's another cruise.
Jane took an Uber to the home of Ben Wright. Ben Wright is the brother of my roommate in college, David. And David's family is visiting right now, so we're gonna hang with them all day, and hopefully they're gonna be able to show us around the city. Pretty pumped. Or show us around the country. Lunch at Phuket for some traditional Singaporean chicken rice. Go.
So we made it to Singapore, and here are the Wrights. Hi.
Hi.
Ni hao.
No.
So Ben just moved to Singapore about 3 months ago.
Yes.
So far, what is it like to live in Singapore?
Well, people call it kind of Asia light because it's very westernized. English is the primary language here, and everything is very clean and everything is very safe. So it's a very easy way to sort of get start learning about Southeast Asia without putting yourself at too much personal risk.
Wow.
So what are we eating, Ben?
So this is traditional Singaporean chicken rice. So obviously it's rice that's sort of cooked in this chicken broth. So even the rice itself is very flavorful. But the chicken is steamed. So the chicken is some of the most tender, most delicious stuff you will ever taste. Usually, traditionally eat it with some chili sauce on top, which is very good. But this dish is maybe $4 or $5 Singapore dollars. It's about $3 US. So one of the cheapest great meals of the world you can
And
have.
it's like the traditional Singaporean dish.
The national dish.
Gotcha.
National dish.
Yeah.
It's a videotape. Singapore bike rack. About to eat a traditional Singaporean chocolate cinnamon croissant. And this is right. This is your favorite restaurant, is that correct?
I really like it. Ben took me to a lot of really nice places, but this reminds me of Europe, and everything is delicious.
We have found the tube. It's cool, it's raining outside right now. It's like we're in a car wash. Yeah, it feels like we're in a car wash. Mrs. Wright's favorite street that she's found here in Singapore. Full of houses in the early 19th century. Back in Singapore. This is not yet an independent nation. Interestingly enough, Singapore is the only country in the world to gain its independence involuntarily because Malaysia kind of kicked it out. Double-decker bus through the rain. city. Made it to Little India. Some masala tea. Thank you. So good. One interesting thing about most of the high-rises in Singapore, that the government owns them, so they're actually public housing, and they have a certain quota as far as how many like Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, etc. Are supposed to be in each building. So it kind of encourages people to live together and kind of make peace with each other. Additionally, it's illegal here in Singapore to say anything negative about another religion. So it's kind of like an authoritarian state in a lot of ways. But most people who live here are really happy because they think the rules that they enforce are actually just kind of like common sense type rules. So Arab Street has a bit of a rich history in that it's been around since the early 1900s, and up until recently, this is where Southeast Asian Muslims would gather in front of this mosque before they took off on their Hajj to Mecca. For those of you who didn't know, Ella's a huge OJ fan. OJ orange juice, not OJ Simpson. We found this OJ machine that we're gonna try out. Put in the money. Oh, start button. Press the start button.
Huh. Here we go. So there's the cup.
The cup came down. Things are turning.
Nothing's happening. Bad sign. Oh no!
There's an orange.
Oh, what?
What word?
Orange gets shoved down into the juicer. Orange number 2.
Oh, it's cut in half. You can see the juice coming down at the bottom.
3. Oh my goodness.
It's like so crazy. What a cool, it's like a Rube Goldberg machine almost.
4 oranges.
Kinda.
I think 4.
A lot of juice coming out.
Wow. That's 100% juice. For
You
real.
can see it all pouring into the cup down
Oh
here.
my gosh. Oh, look. I'll just do like that.
100% freshly squeezed.
Wow.
Made it down to Gardens by the Bay to see these super trees. This big old garden with all these plants, and there are a ton of plants growing up on these trees. It's pretty sweet.
Wild.
Pretty wild. You can see there's lush vegetation growing all the way up the root of the tree. Some super trees in Singapore. Singapore is only about 60 miles north of the equator. So a lot of like lush tropical vegetation, which is super cool. Going to the cloud forest. So check out Ella's skirt she got today at on Arab Street, right? Or Little India?
No, India.
Little India. How this exhibit's gonna work, you start on the lowland forest and it simulates what happens as you climb an elevation in a rainforest. Eventually it's gonna become the lower montane, the montane cloud forest, the montane thicket, and the elfin woodland at the top. We're going to spiral up this thing to see what it looks like. confused by that picture. So are we.
This is probably the weirdest place I've ever been. In a good way.
Get that.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be a little harder on your stomachs because it's almost, it's like not fully cooked egg. I'm gonna get so mad. Good job.
Go for it, Matthew, get it.